coastal church in Scotland watched the rain lash out against the window, the voice that spoke inside of him sounded pretty reasonable. Why go out there tonight? There won't be a soul there. It was one of the stormiest nights of the winter. But from somewhere even deeper within him, he knew he must conduct that evening service. So he put on his raincoat and took his lantern and stepped out into the blackness. He hunkered down against the gale-force winds and the blinding rain. On and up he plodded until he came to the church on top of the hill. When he opened the door, he set the lantern down on the windowsill. And then he sat down to wait for the congregation. A congregation that understandably did not show up. At last seeing that he would be alone, he just sat down and sang a hymn and prayed and felt that his duty was performed. And he locked the church and he went down the hill home. Had it all been a waste of time, he asked himself? But the next morning he learned that it had not been. The night before, when the storm was at its worst, a fishing vessel had been trying to make harbor. The skipper on that boat was floundering around in the darkness, and he saw this small light in a window high up on the hill. And it was the lantern of the old church. Without that lantern, he would not have been able to make it to the shore. He would have been carried away by the waves and hit the rocks. The skipper was able to bring that boat safely to shore. It was a lesson that the minister, it was a lesson to the minister, and it's also a lesson to all of us as we choose to emit our light into the darkness. No matter how small we think it is, it will never ever be wasted. That story is by Vincent Edwards. So we gather here today, Christmas Eve day, the Sunday before Christmas, to talk about the light, one of my favorite subjects. The light. We are light. We're pure energy. We're pure light. The power that we have being the light. The light that is the focus of this holiday season. Hanukkah has just passed. Solstice was just last week. And Kwanzaa will be on the 26th. And tomorrow is Christmas. They're all holidays of celebrating light. So this morning, we gather here this morning to move into the rebirth of the Christ light within us. We are not really rebirthing it, but we are remembering it, and we are bringing it to our focus this morning so that we can take it to a deeper level, so we can understand what it truly means. And from a religious science perspective, this is what Christmas is all about. Our traditional Christian friends define it as the birth of Christ. We look at it as a time to acknowledge and honor the birth of the man who became the Christ, which means anointed one, and to see what that really means for us. What lesson? How does this play into our celebration? Well, I love these words by the fabulous Eric Butterworth, a New Thought leader actually in Manhattan for quite a long time. He wrote this: Christ was not born in Bethlehem, Jesus was. The birth of Christ goes back much, much further than that, to Genesis 1, where it says, God created man in his own image. Jesus was not the creation of the Christ in man. he discovered the Christ dimension in himself and fulfilled its potential. And so the Christmas story does not end with the birth of Jesus. Instead, it foretells of the Christ in you and compels you on your own awakening. This is still Eric Butterworth. This is what Christmas really is about, the celebration of the Christ light in you. So our question this morning is, what does it mean to awaken to the light of the Christ within us? What does it mean? Sounds good. To awaken means to emerge from a sleeping state or a sleep-like state, to give new life, to stir up. It implies that there was life before sleep. And to cease sleeping is to return to that natural state of life, to wake up. Yes, we are the woke society. It's now a word. So we are, and I'm proud of it, we are awakened to the light that is the truth of our being, and that's what we're going to really focus on today, and I hope we carry it through the year. In our physical universe, think about the sun as a source of life. Not only light, but life. Its light is always there. Clouds may come and go and cover it up, but it's still always there. It might be obscure, but it's still shining. The sun may appear to go down at night, but that's an illusion. It continues to shine all of the time, when we see it or when we don't see it. It's there, always giving life. And really, the sun always works. And in fact, the light within us, that Christ light within us, always works. It always works. We only have to make the conscious decision to light the Spirit. That's the truth of our being. That light within us is our divinity. It is the power to be eternal and to accomplish things that were shared here this morning. To be the light, to awaken to that light, and to really use it. Use it. It's how the sun works and it's how we work. Looking at the candle as a symbol for our light, which I always love to say this time of year about the wick that runs through the candle. That represents the Spirit within us. It is the wick that provides the light. The wick is always there. And the lighting of that wick represents our choice to awaken. So this morning I invite you to think about what your lighting of the wick might mean. Just take that in. What would it mean to you to light that wick, to awaken enough to ignite the wick that runs through you, that is you? What might your awakening to that Christ light within you mean to you? What if it meant you made a conscious, deliberate choice to spread the light wherever you went? When you enter the space of those who live, breathe, and practice living in and from the light, you can feel the energy. You can feel the difference. Like when you walk in here, I know I can feel the difference than walking into a party with a bunch of people that I don't know what their spiritual or religious beliefs are, but I can feel the difference. I feel the light in here because we have awakened to it. It is what our spirituality is all about. It's a conscious choice to be one of those people that we make, to be the light. Not now, not tomorrow, not when we get more enlightened, not when we know more, but right here, right now, just to be the light. And I had an illustration for you to show you what that light could look like. There was a blackout one night when the lights in my house went out. And I fumbled to the closet, to a room where I keep the candles for nights like that. I picked up one, And as I was turning to leave with this large candle in my hand, I heard a voice.
Now hold it right there.
Who said that?
I did.
Who are you and why are you?
I'm a candle, can't you tell? Please, please, please don't take me out of here.
What?
I said, please don't take me out of this room.
What do you mean? Don't take you out. You're a candle. You have light to give. It's dark out there and I need you out there.
But I'm not ready to go out there. I need more preparation.
What do you mean more preparation?
Just that, more preparation. You see, I really need to research this job of light giving so I won't go out, make a bunch of mistakes and make a fool of myself. You'd be surprised how distorted the glow of an untamed candle can be.
All right, well, you're not the only candle on the table here.
Oh.
Where am I?
Oh. We aren't going either.
We aren't going either.
Oh, all the candles just said we aren't going either. Really? This is my second candle.
Well, that may be what you think. You may think we have to go, but I'm busy. I'm meditating on the importance of light. Enlightening me.
It really is enlightening.
Yes.
And you too, are you going to stay?
I'm waiting to get my life together. I'm not stable enough.
And how about you? Will you light up for me?
I'd really like to help, I would, but lighting the darkness is not my gift. You see, I'm a singer. I sing to the other candles to encourage them to burn a little bit more brightly. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And so the four little candles, they return to their dark room, singing to each other about how they are the light, but refusing to come out and shine. So did you see yourself in any of those candles?
Yes.
You might not think it's time to shine your light. And I say it is time for each and every one of us to shine our light, to be our light self, and just let it out. But we have nothing to hide anymore. Awaken to that by lighting the wick of your light, of your own candle. As we learned from the story of the lantern in the church window earlier, one person, just one person, shining their light can change this whole entire planet. So there is something we all can do to change the world. A little girl who wanted to attend the same school as her neighbors began attending, and it was the beginning of the desegregation of schools in the South. One man went on a hunger strike, and he changed the history of India. A nun's work with the poor showed us and taught us all compassion. A man escaping through a hole in the Berlin Wall gave hope to millions. One person, every one of them did one thing, yet it made a huge difference in our world. One person letting their light shine can alter the course of history. So yes, each and every one of us can alter that course of history. We need more light in this world. We know this. And at Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, Jesus told the multitudes, "You are the light of the world. Let your light so shine before men that they can see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Commenting on this Bible passage, Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote in his Science of Mind book, "We are the candle of the Lord. How important then that this light be kept trim and burning with the oil of pure spirit through the wick of peace and joy. In this way do we glorify that indwelling God who is the Heavenly Father and the cosmic Mother of all." And then we have again Eric Butterworth. These are all brilliant teachers of our spirituality, of what we believe. This is what we believe. When we see, he wrote, this is Eric Butterworth, when we see from a consciousness of light, you project a flow of light energy that becomes a healing influence. I know that we would all want to be, I would think that we would all want to be a healing influence in our world today. And you don't really need to do anything. That's the thing. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. All you have to do is make that conscious decision to be the light and then let it shine. Be it. Let it shine. When Benjamin Franklin wanted to introduce the street light to colonial Philadelphia, he did not lobby politicians. He did not publish editorials. He did not argue with those who disagreed with him. Instead, he simply hung a brilliant light on a long bracket in front of his home. And every evening, as dusk approached, he faithfully lit that wick. People out of dark places, out of the dark night, could see his street light. And they could be blocks away, but they wanted to bask in the glow of it. It helped them see. Soon, Franklin's neighbors started putting lanterns on brackets in front of their home. And it wasn't long before the entire city was illuminated each night with street lamps. Benjamin Franklin simply became the light. He didn't ask anyone to do anything. He just faithfully lit that wick. People will take your example, this is so true, they will take your example far more seriously than they will take your advice. Be the light. Don't talk about it. Be it. Be it. Today our world could use so much more light. We need to return to the commitment beyond doctrine. The great idea that Christmas should be symbolized is in the return of the light, conscious return of the light that we are, and the awakening of each and every one of us to that light that is within us, to really realize it, contemplate it, meditate on it. Whatever you need to do, you do it within yourself. So listen to these words from poet Mary Oliver. What I want in life is to be willing to be dazzled, to cast aside the weight of facts, and maybe even to float a little above the difficult world. I want to believe I am looking into the radiant fire of a great mystery. I want to believe that the imperfections are nothing and that the light is everything. And I do. The light is everything. The light is everything. The light of the, do you believe that? The light is everything within us. Yes. The brilliant light. If you believe that, then that Christ light is right here, right now, rebirthed in you. It is illuminating from you. And we can feel it. I can feel it. So I have an affirmation. I am a divine being of light, naturally expressing my life's purpose. Let's say that together. I am a divine being of light, naturally expressing my life's purpose. Beautiful. I invite you all to just close your eyes briefly and just say a few words. Take that beautiful deep breath. I experience the presence of my true identity, a divine being of light. I allow the light to flow into my mind, to my emotions, my physical body. The power of the light guides me. It protects me. And I manifest life's purpose in my life. I imagine the joy I feel as I live my life in harmony with my true purpose. I combine these thoughts and images with a feeling of joy. I feel the light within me expand and illuminate out. And with my eyes closed, I can imagine there is one giant candle, one infinite wick of life that is lit all the time. That is my Christ light. That Christ light that guides me, that loves me unconditionally, that paves the way for me to express why I am here. I am here to be the light. Each one is here to be the light. And as we take that whole intention with us, that light intention with us to be the light, no matter what is going on in our lives, we change the world. We change the energy field. We change all that is. Because when one changes, everything changes. That's the influence. That's the power we have. We give thanks for knowing this. We give thanks for just speaking this word of truth. We give thanks for being the light of God. And we give thanks for all that is. And we let it be, and so it is. Amen. So it is.